playing inside. Well, it's going to be a Dozy and Clayton to jump this one up, and that's going to be an incredible matchup to watch here this evening. It's a Dozy that wins the tip for the Bristol Flyers, and now McLeod feeds Fred Thomas.
Yeah, that's going to be a key matchup inside, I think. Clayton versus a Dozy, two strong men going at it inside, so it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top of that battle.
Dana McLeod gets us off the mark straight away with the mid-range 2, and it's Flyers that lead 2-0. Here's Callum Jones out wide to Bankovics. Clayton's looking for it down low. He gets that position, and Willie Clayton can't convert. Rebound gathered in by Fowson.
Yeah, showing the intent early on there, trying to get Clayton inside there, and yeah, he got a good positioning there.
Thomas pulls up for 3 off the mark, and Clayton grabs his first rebound of the game. Here's Callum Jones closely guarded by Thomas. Now Bankovics up against Gray, and a bit of miscommunication there between Bankovics and Clayton inside. Manchester Giants with their first turnover.
Yeah, Manchester Giants just travelling with 7 players today as well, so that may have an effect later on in the game. Look like Bristol trying to press up a little bit.
Well, there's just a bit of miscommunication between the referees and the table, as the shot clock didn't start when the ball was inbounded, and it's going to be Fred Thomas to get us back underway. Thomas to inbound, finds McLeod. Now top to Fowson. Here's Thomas once again. Ball screen comes from Fowson, who pulls up deep to that one. It's going to be a 3-pointer, I beg your pardon. I thought it was a 2-pointer there. And Tevin Fowson gets Flyers 5-0 in front here. Here's Jones. Ball screen comes from Branich. Jones kicks it out to McCall. Now extra pass to Bankovic. Step back. Now Clayton's looking to go to work on a Dozy down low. Clayton fakes it. Clayton makes it. First 2 points of the game for Willie Clayton here.
Yeah, it was good defence by Daniel Dozy, but Clayton just too strong.
Thomas now down low into a Dozy. Up against Clayton. Dozy goes to work. Willie Clayton able to get the better of Daniel Dozy on that time, and now here comes McCall the other way in transition. Bankovic for 3. Bankovic drains the 3, and we're all tied up at 5 points apiece.
Yeah, Bankovic can definitely light it up from deep. Really good shooter.
Here's Gray. Ball screen comes from a Dozy, and Gray pulls up mid-range 2, knocks it down. Flyers restore their 2-point lead. Bankovic now back inside to Clayton. They're going to Clayton early here, the Giants. Turn around, able to gather in his own miss, and can't finish again. Granic is there, no good, and Clayton active on the offensive glass, but unable to grab the offensive rebound. Now here's Gray, Euro step, able to draw the foul, and it's going to be a first personal foul on Ingus Bankovic. It's going to send Justin Gray to the line for 2 shots. And they've gone to Clayton early in this first period so far, Gareth. Of course, you know, a player like Willie Clayton demands a lot of attention, and looking to get that ball down low early.
Yeah, I think Clayton's seen a lot of double team action going on as well when he is down low, because of his effectiveness down low in the low post there, but I'm sure they've got a counter to that as well, so looking to get the ball inside, and if there's any double team, look to kick it out for the shooters, and they've got some great shooters on this Manchester team as well, so they're going to try and use that tactic of getting Clayton one-on-one underneath and let him go to work if the defence isn't up to it.
We'll talk about some of their shooters. I mean, you look at Bankovic and Callum Jones, and, you know, a player that Andreas knows very well from their time together out in Australia at the beginning of the year, the Gold Coast Commonwealth Games.
Yeah, they can certainly fill it from outside, so definite plan there from the Giants.
Here's McCall Jr. now hands off with Jones. Now Bankovic pulls up on the elbow, no good. Another rebound to Daniel Dozy. Thomas goes at Jones, pulls up with a 2, and the offensive board is gathered in by Tevin Fowson. Top to McLeod, and the shot clock resets to 14 seconds. McLeod top to 1,000, in down low to Edozie, who goes to work, kicks it back out to McLeod, got to shoot it here. Back iron, no good, and a third chance opportunity now for the Flyers. It's Gray, full screen comes from 1,000, beautiful pass from Justin Gray, and his foul is called on Willie Clayton, and you can see his reaction there. Of course he got the block clean, but a lot of body as well.
There was a bit of body there as well, but you know, that would be a definite kind of tactic, I think, for Coach Andreas to try and target Clayton down there, try and get him a few fouls and get him out of the game. I think Manchester have struggled when he has been in foul trouble. I think at London Royals, I think they were up in the game and Clayton fouled out, and London came back to win that game. So I think there's a definite tactic there if you can try and target him, but we'll see how it goes.
It sends Tevin 1,000 to the free throw line, who's a 71% shooter from the charity stripe this season. As I mentioned, Clayton and foul trouble. I mean, he averages 4 fouls a game for the Giants this year, and Tevin 1,000 goes 0 for 2 from the line, but another second chance opportunity here for Bristol. There's McLeod. McLeod pulls up deep 3, back iron, and Daniel Edozie flies out all over the offensive glass right now, and 1,000 puts it in for 2.
Yeah, but really impressive with the Flyers' offensive rebounding. They've snatched quite a few there in the early exchanges, so good signs for the Flyers there. Manchester definitely want to tighten up on the defensive boards.
Here's Callum Jones out to Granic. Bankovic back to Granic, now looking for Clayton down low, and a double team comes. Able to get it out to McCall. Shot clock at 3 seconds here, and McCall fires up. Nothing but net on that one.
Tough shot by McCall there as well.
Shot clock was winding down there with great defense for 23 seconds for the Flyers.
Well, McLeod had a hand in his face as well. It was just a really good shot, tough shot.
Here's Edozie on the elbow. Now Thomas, who fakes the 3. Now comes off the screen from 1,000 all the way to the basket. Strong move inside, lays it off the glass.
Yeah, nice offense there. Double screen for Thomas to dribble off and found himself with a wide open lane to the basket.
It's a 5-point lead for the Flyers midway through this first quarter. They lead 12 points to 7. McCall, it's not loose there by McLeod. He's got Thomas there on the wing, and McLeod goes all the way to the basket. Beautiful move, turning defense into offense.
Yeah, great start for the Bristol Flyers. Yeah, I think Manchester needs to call.
Their game against Newcastle Eagles was postponed, so it meant they had to have a 3-week break in action. No signs of rust early on here for the Flyers. As Jones gets it up over the timeline, hands off with Bankovic. Screen comes from Clayton. Now Jones in the corner, shot clock down to 10. Clayton's looking for position, ends up with him, up against Edozie. Clayton goes to work on Daniel Edozie, fakes it, down low, unable to convert, and Daniel Edozie gathers in another rebound. Thomas to the races, able to shrug off his defender and lay it in for 2. Flyers now a 9-point lead.
Good transition again, coming from solid defence. Daniel Edozie doing a good job on Clayton early on.
Now McCall out wide to Jones, and Clayton's looking to screen, now looking to steal inside. It's a great matchup between Edozie and Clayton there, and 1,000 able to grab the ball. Justin Gray off to the races, lays it in for 2. Once again, Flyers turning defence into offence, a double-digit lead. Yeah,
Clayton's got some really good positions inside though, but Manchester just not been quite able to find the pass for him, but he's getting some good position in there.
Here's McCall now. Butler, who's into the game for the first time tonight, knocks down that mid-range 2. Of course, Giants just a 7-man rotation here today, but Torrey Butler gets the first 2 points off the bench. McLeod working his way down low, finds Edozie at the top of the 3-point line. It's Gray. Brings it back out. Shot clock's at 6 seconds here, and Gray goes to the rim. Tevin 1,000 is there on the offensive board, and he's been all over the court right now.
Yeah, how many offensive boards is that?
That's his 4th rebound so far in this one, and of course he's back in the starting lineup here. Who started against Cheshire Phoenix. As we say that he does go check out the game into the bench, but a strong start here for 1,000.
Yeah, great contribution by 1,000.
McLeod into Delpeche, who's checked in for the first time tonight. And now McLeod blows past his defender and count it. The referee will count that basket. And now Jalen McLeod has a chance to complete a 3-point play.
That was a big continuation there. everyone stopped playing and he laid it in and got the 2. Okay.
It's going to send Jaden McLeod to the free throw line, chance to convert a 3-point play. And of course McLeod had an outstanding start to his BBL career here in Bristol. 15 points a game for the point guard. I mentioned it last time we were commentating on a game together, but in terms of Coach K and the point guards he brings in, I mean, they've never failed to disappoint, really, have they?
No, they've always been really exciting to watch as well. You know, they're always Hamid Ali, Jordan Davis last year as well. So yeah, I mean, they have been very influential on this team. So yeah, Coach has definitely got a good eye for a high-scoring point guard, actually.
It's Flyers' biggest lead of the game so far, 21 points to 9 here. 3 minutes to go in this opening quarter. It's Jones to the rim. Step back, in front of the rim, no good. Clayton on the offensive glass, able to clean up the mess. The Lewis champion there is into the game for the first time, and here's Fred Thomas. Delpesh looking for it down low, not loose there by Clayton. Good defense from the big fella. And now here comes McCall, kicks it out to Butler for 3. Front iron no good. Thomas gathers in the board and he's off to the races. Step back, pull up, mid-range 2. That's a very tough shot there from Thomas, fading away from the basket.
Yeah, probably a couple of better options there, I would have thought, on the fast break.
10-point lead down for the Flyers. It's McCall. Clayton, they once again looking for position. Jones swings it out wide and Gray's a bit late on the closeout. Giants lay it in for 2. Bodies all over the court right now.
Everywhere, yeah.
And Mayan Dombe's on the deck and Clayton's on the deck as well.
Yeah, it's tough inside at the minute. Big physical, strong battle. Clayton going up against Delpesh and Daniel Adozu. Hope he's okay.
Well, it's not a sight to see if you're a Manchester Giants fan of Clayton on the floor. He is going to get back to his feet though, as Jones and McCall help him to his feet. A very physical game so far down low, with of course Woody Clayton demanding all that attention. Mayan Dombe also was a bit shaken up off the play, I believe. See him just walking it off.
Of course, any injuries for this Manchester Giants team with a 7-man rotation is going to affect them a lot more than it would the Flyers, but hopefully all the players are good.
Champion's going to inbound to Mayan Dombe here, and Fred Thomas takes a breather as Chris Taylor enters the game for the first time tonight. His champion, ball screen comes from Gray, kicks it out to Gray, skip pass for Mayan Dombe, who almost turns it over there. Goes baseline, finds Delpesh, mid-range 2, nothing but net for Marcus Delpesh, gets his first 2 points of the evening. Here's McCall, and the ball screen now comes from Clayton, and McCall pulls up from deep, knocks it down, and it is a 3-point jump shot there for the Giants. 23 points to 16 is the score with 90 seconds left in this opening quarter. Gray turns it over there, ends up in the front row. Of course, Justin Gray celebrating his 23rd birthday today. And a fan got a little bit more than they expected there as they
Yep.
Justin Gray went flying through.
Oh, Gray checks out, foul zone back into the game.
Here's McCall, guarded by Champion. Ball screen comes from Clayton. Clayton's open inside. And now here's Jones for 3. Back of the rim, offensive rebound falls to Butler. And now Butler skips it to McCall. Now being guarded by Mayan Dombe. Shot clock's at 6 seconds and McCall fires up. No good. Another rebound falls to Tevin Falzone.
Just under a minute to go now. 23-16 to the Flyers.
His Champion drives inside, looking for his options there. Ends up turning it over to Butler. And now McCall comes the other way in transition. It's Jones. Out to McCall. Drives inside. Stripped loose there by Champion. And McCall just stepped on the baseline there, so it's going to be Flyers basketball.
Yeah, I think Flyers just need a little bit more control. The last kind of couple of possessions have been a bit scrappy, a few forced shots there as well when they're running the break so well and running the offenses, so they just want a bit more composure. They can see coach calling a play for the players to run.
He's Champion who's given that responsibility. Most of the Giants here stuck in that man-to-man defence still. He's Champion. Champion thought about the three, does shoot it, no good. Rebound falls to Granic. Here's McCall. Final 10 seconds here, so Manchester are going to hold up for this final shot. It's McCall up against Delpeche. Final 2 seconds here. McCall fires up for a deep two, but no good. And that's going to do it for the end of the first quarter. Flying after the first 10 minutes. And Tevin Fowson and Justin Gray who have 5 points, but Jalen McLeod leads all scorers with 7. As we get back underway, here's McCall who gets it up over the timeline, who's being guarded by Nichols.
Willie Clayton out of the game now, so it'll be interesting to see Manchester run here with the big man sat down.
There's Jones now top to Bankovic. McCall now, shot clock at 5 seconds, skips it to Butler who drives middle, floats it up, back of the rim, the rebound falls to Jordan Nichols. McLeod being guarded by Butler, skips it top to Fowson. Now Taylor coming off the screen. There's Nichols now looking down low for Tevin Fowson. Shot clock's at 6. Fowson hook shot, nothing but net. Tevin Fowson's having himself a game right now.
Yeah, lovely post-up move there. Good composure, went one way then the next. Finished with the hook.
Gets his tally tonight up to 7 to go along with 4 rebounds. Giants no good on the 3-point attempt. Now another rebound falls to Tevin Fowson. McLeod, beautiful crossover by Jaden McLeod, able to put it in. The basket will count. The goaltending is called, so the 2-point play there will count.
Just shows how kind of versatile Tevin Falzone is as well. You know, he can knock it down from outside as well, but we just saw his post-up game as well, pretty good. He's taking advantage with the mismatches. If there's a smaller player on him, can take him down low, post him up.
Giants back underway here. McCall finds Granic for a beautiful move, and a reverse layup is good. And to bring Giants back to within 9.
Yeah, nice penetration by McCall in the dish there as well. Good vision.
Fowson skips it to Nichols. Now beautiful pass inside for Daniel Adozie, who gathers in his own miss. And Adozie comes up and down with it. It's going to be a travelling violation. And Giants from the baseline.
Yeah, solid defence there by Granic. Kept his hands up high. Daniel Adozie off the travel.
They've brought Clayton back into the game. He's going to match up against Daniel Adozie. He hands it off with Butler. Callum Jones out wide to Granic, who's guarded by Taylor. Bankovic pulls up for 3, and a rare miss there for Ingus Bankovic, way off the mark. Now McLeod the other way in transition. Jalen McLeod, beautiful move, able to draw that contact, and he's going to have a trip to the free throw line here.
Clever finish there as well, knew the contact was coming. Managed to get the shot up as well, so he's got takes a trip to the free throw line. So quick off that quick dribble though.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few times here at the SGS College Arena with McLeod sort of putting on a little show for the fans here at the Wise campus. He's got that ability to kind of get where he wants on the court, hasn't he? And then able to distribute for his teammates as well.
Yeah, so quick and good body control there as well. You know, it's that kind of quickness and speed and be able to kind of dribble the ball like he does, you know, it just puts the defender under so much pressure. And he's not afraid either, you know, he'll go against the taller players, not afraid for that contact.
Incredibly athletic player. He's listed at just 5'11", but you would have seen him on Instagram dunking in training. Anything but 5'11" when he's out there on the court.
Yeah, he can fly. Yeah, he's an incredible athlete.
Back underway, here's Jones, and it's not loose there by McLeod, and last touch by Callum Jones, say the referee. It's going to go back to Bristol. 10-point game on our hands here at the Wise campus. Flyers up on top. Here's Nichols. Now Fowson. McLeod. Taylor's coming off the screen. Beautiful way to turn the corner, and it feeds Fowson up for three. Well, deep two that was, in fact. It's foot on the line.
Yep.
But Fowson's feeling it.
Fowson's having a great game.
Yes, his tally now up to 9 points to go along with 5 rebounds.
Maltese international player.
That finds Jones, backs his way down on Nichols. Beautiful spin move. First jump shot fading away from the basket. Now here's Nichols to respond for Flyers. Ball screen comes from Edozie. It's Fowson. Finds Nichols, who's open for three. Jordan, the ball goes in and out. Rebound gathered in by Callum Jones. Jones spins in the lane, meets Daniel Edozie. Now Granic kicks it inside to Willie Clayton. Beautiful pass for Granic. It's blocked by Fowson, but the foul's going to be called before the shot, and I believe it's going to be called on McLeod.
Yep, 32 on the floor. Oh, 2 shots.
Well, it's going to... Nichols is going to check out the game. It's allowed Fred Thomas to have an extended rest here. A good shift put in there from Nichols. And of course, Coach K making full advantage of this, the extra players he has at his disposal. Granic knocks down the first free throw. Of course, Croatian player, been a great addition to the Manchester Giants this year. Just over 7 points a game, and goes 1 for 2 from the foul line that time. The lead is down to 9. Here's Fowson now out wide to Chris Taylor. Taylor drives inside, step back, mid-range 2, knocks it down. Chris Taylor gets a beautiful jump shot to go.
Step back jump shot. That'll do his confidence the world of good.
Flyers now restore their double-digit lead. Callum Jones drives all the way to the rim. Beautiful move. Able to finish soft around the rim.
Yeah, Callum Jones had a fairly quiet first quarter, but really beginning to step it up for the Giants in the last couple of minutes.
Fowson drives inside. Euro step layup beats Granic, but the rebound falls to Thomas here, who kicks it out to Taylor. Full screen from Fowson. Taylor drives inside, looking for Fowson there. Comes off the foot of a defender, so it's going to reset the shot clock to 14, I believe. Fowson takes a break as Gray checks back into the ball game.
Three seconds on the shot clock.
McLeod's got to shoot here, and he puts it up on the buzzer. No good. Rebound falls to Jones. Here's Butler, drives inside, all the way to the rim, no good. Offensive rebound falls to Granic, puts it up, and again, Giants can't convert inside. This time, the contact is there, and it's going to send Blacktoe Granic back to the free throw line.
Good work with Granic under the boards there, not giving up. A couple of offensive rebounds. Flyers need to do a better job boxing out.
They did so well in that first quarter early on, and the rebounds, and now in the second period, it just seems like they've kind of put their foot off the gas on the defensive board a little bit.
Yeah, I think Manchester obviously probably coach Danny Byrne there probably mentioned about their rebounding, something they had to tighten up on, but yeah, I mean they've kind of turned the tables a little bit here, and they're certainly not letting Flyers have the way on the offensive boards and getting a few of their own.
Granic again can't convert from the free throw line. He's just a 50% foul shooter from the season. And McCall comes back into the game as Granic takes a breather. Five and a half minutes left in this first half. Flyers 32, Giants 24. There's McLeod for three. Ball goes in and out, and rebound falls to Clayton. Jones up against Fred Thomas, pulls up The mid-range 2, a little bit short on that one. And this time, at first you don't succeed. Lead 32 points to 26 midway through this second quarter.
Yeah, Manchester just slowly edging their way back into the game now, and they've given themselves a good shot of taking the lead or reducing Flyers' lead, that's for sure.
Here's Jalen McLeod now looking for Marcus Delpesh. Shot clock's down to 6 seconds here, and Delpesh goes to work and it turns it over to Willie Clayton. Good defense from the big man. And now here comes Callum Jones in transition all the way to the rim, able to draw the foul, and the basket will count. One free throw to come. Callum Jones, chance to complete a 3-point play.
Yeah, Callum's really had himself a really good second quarter on the offensive end there. And talking about change of speed as well, Callum, great ball control, body control as well, and the Flyers fouling him as well. The and one.
Of course, Callum Jones, you mentioned it earlier, part of that Team England squad at the 2018 Commonwealth Games for Coach Kapoulas. He's been a long-serving player now for the Manchester Giants, and unable to convert on the 3-point play.
Yeah, the whole Jones family with dad and sister and his brother as well playing on this team as well. Yeah, certainly been good servants for British basketball, the Jones family.
Fred Thomas able to go coast to coast, lay it in for 2 to put Flyers ahead 34 to 28. And now McCall finds Bankovic. Here's Butler. Downloader Willie Clayton drives past Delpesh, and the offensive foul's called there on Clayton.
21 for hooking.
Offensive foul, just trying to hook his way around the defender, as you say. And referee calls a foul, offensive foul. Going to be Justin Grado inbound for Flyers.
It's the second foul on Clayton. Let's keep an eye on that as the game progresses.
Here's Jalen McLeod out wide to Fred Thomas. Quite quiet game so far for Thomas, and he pulls up for 3 off the mark. And McCall looking for a leaking Willie Clayton to the rim, lays it in for 2. Beautiful fast break basketball there from the Giants.
Clayton sprinting down the floor for a big man. Talk about athletes as well, he's...
Gray gets hammered on the mid-range jump shot. And the foul's going to be called on Butler for the Manchester Giants.
Yeah, just saying about Clayton, what an athlete, and the endurance as well. I mean, he's taking a pounding in there. It's just saying that he's taking a break now, but yeah, what a player.
Well, he's of course running that rotation, that quite slim rotation that the Giants have this evening, trying to take advantage of any kind of break that Clayton can get. Of course, we saw him rest at the start of the second quarter for a couple of minutes, which was almost like a 4-minute rest because of the break between the first and the second quarter. So
yeah,
kind of managing his minutes well.
Absolutely, you want to try and use that to your advantage there if you can just get them in for that minute before and give them a rest during the timeout or the end of quarter as well. Just give him that extended rest. But it's on his second foul as well, so it'd be unlikely if he'll come back in the rest of this quarter just to save him a little bit, not pick up any other fouls really, because he's going to be big player for the Giants in the second half.
Well, the lead's been cut down to 5 here for the Flyers, and Jones kicks it out to McCall, who fires up for 3 and cuts that lead down to 2.
Nothing but net there, lovely shot.
3 minutes to go, and it's a 2-point game at the Wise campus, and Gray gets it to go and a foul. And Justin Gray had quite a quiet first quarter. He's put up a quick 5 points now if he can convert on the extra free throw.
Yeah, strong move there. Seen quite a few and ones here, haven't we? Players driving to the basket in the hands, just kind of reaching in.
Of course, mentioned Justin Gray celebrating his birthday today. And the Flyers signed him out of Texas Tech University. A lot of love back home in Tampa, Florida, where he grew up. Unable to finish on the extra free throw. 4-point game on our hands, and the foul's called on the floor on Champion. It's going to be on the floor, say the referees. It's going to put Giants to inbound here from the baseline.
That puts both teams in team fouls now with just under 3 minutes to go.
Here's Granic. Top to McCall. Jones looking down low for Granic, and it's guarded closely by Jalen McLeod. Kicks it back out to Granic. Good rotation from Fred Thomas, and Thomas commits the foul as Granic drives inside. And you mentioned that both teams are in team fouls, so it's going to send Granic straight to the foul line. Cut this lead down to 2 if he goes 2 for 2 from the line. Of course, just the one game in the BBL here tonight. Giants are back in action on Sunday when they take on Glasgow Rocks in a rematch of that BBL Cup semi-final first leg, this time in the league though. And now here's McLeod directing traffic now for Bristol Flyers. Gray up against Bankovics. Shot clock at 5 seconds here. Gray, beautiful find for Delpesh inside, makes no mistakes for 2. Now here's James Jones. Callum Jones, not loose there, and into the hands of Lewis Champion. McLeod, step back for 3. Too much on that one, overcooked that one I think. And there comes Giants the other way. McCall now, Callum Jones, guarded by Jalen McLeod. Finds himself in traffic, good pass for Granic, who gets the friendly roll.
Yeah, good work with Callum Jones there again. Getting to the basket really nicely, saw the double team, just managed to dunk off to his teammate for the easy 2.
The lead is down at 2 briefly, but Justin Gray pushes it back out to 4. And now Giants quickly going the other way in response. It's Callum Jones, not loose there by McLeod, and quickly retrieved there by Granic. Blocked by Delpesh, but a foul is called. And it's going to send Granic back to the free throw line here.
Probably not a bad foul there. Seeing that he had the easy layup straight afterwards as well, so actually that foul could prove to be a good option.
And 7,000 and Daniel Adozi both checking back into the game. Fred Thomas and Delpesh make way. And Granic is back at the free throw line here for the Manchester Giants. He's got 6 points here so far tonight. Sorry, 8 points, I beg your pardon, to go along with 6 rebounds. Granic makes no mistakes on the first. On the second, and now Flyers lead, once led by double digits, they now lead by 2. And Manchester really fancy their chances to tie this game, or potentially even take the lead going into half-time here. It's McLeod, ball screen comes from Daniel Adozi. McLeod finds Champion. Now back to McLeod, drives inside to the basket, and McLeod gets fouled. It's been plenty of fouls in this second quarter. Very stop-start game for both teams.
Yeah, lots of and ones as well, you know, so both teams driving to the basket really well, putting the defenders under pressure. Not much kind of help coming, and players just a little bit late to arrive and just reaching in and getting caught.
Well, Jalen McLeod's at the free throw line and leads the way for Bristol alongside Justin Gray. Both have 10 points apiece. And McLeod unable to convert from the free throw line. Flyers just shooting 4 for 11 from the foul line in this first half. That'll certainly be a talking point for Coach K at the half-time break. And Granic takes a breather here for these final seconds of this first half. It's Flyers 42, Giants 39. Here's McCall Jr., now guarded by Daniel Adozi. And McCall step back, beautiful move, unable to finish on the mid-range 2, but Bankovic grabs in the offensive board. It's McCall again, but this time for 3. And we're all tied up at 42 points apiece.
Yeah, full credit to Manchester. Brought themselves right back in the game.
Here's Jalen McLeod, now topped 1,000. It's Champion. Champion pulls up for 2. Flyers retake that lead through Lewis Champion. 21 seconds to go here. Blocked by Justin Gray. Here comes Lewis Champion the other way in transition. For 3. Flyers turning defense into offense. The crowd go nuts here at the Weiss campus.
Saved it for the last 15 seconds.
Jones deep 3 and the buzzer knocks it down. And just like that, when the crowd got into it, James Jones goes and silences them.
5 for 12, so you know we've said about the game, a lot of opportunities going to the basket and getting fouled as well, so they probably want to improve their free throw shooting, being at 41%, but Manchester also shooting the ball well from 3-point line as well, so need to be wary of that.
Fred Thomas gets us back underway for the start of this second half. Beautiful mid-range jump shot, and Flyers now extend their lead to 4. Here's McCall, swings it to Granic, who fires up for 3. Bit too much on that one. Rebound gathered in by Gray. Gray mid-range 2. Quick 4 points on the board now for Bristol Flyers. 51 points, the lead is 6.
Yeah, come out strong, mirroring the first quarter, the first few minutes of the first quarter. Managed to respond.
Good defense there from Thomas, and Bankovic now kicks it out wide to Clayton. Hands off with Jones, now Granic. Bankovic comes off the screen from Granic, and beautiful move. Mid-range 2 gets Manchester their first 2 points of this third quarter. Here's Justin Gray, ball screen comes from 1,000, and Gray again, same spot, this time off the mark. And the last touch by Woody Clayton, says the officials. We'll stay here with the Flyers. McLeod's going to inbound here for Bristol Flyers. So McLeod, Edozie, Thomas, Gray and 1,000 in for Coach K, and McCall, Jones, Granic, Clayton and Bankovic on the court for the Giants. Here's McLeod, full screen from Edozie. McLeod turns the corner all the way to the rim, and the offensive rebound ends up in the hands of Jalen McLeod. Gets it to go off the glass.
Small man getting the big board as well.
McLeod gets his tally now up to 13 points so far tonight. Here's Callum Jones, guarded by Fred Thomas. Out wide to McCall. Clayton's looking for position down low. Ends up with him. Goes to work on Edozie. The blocking foul is called, and the basket will not count though. Was the foul just before the shot clock expired? Yes, it was, says the referee. So it's going to be Flyer Giants from the baseline.
Reset to 14.
Ball into Clayton. Now Jones, top to McCall. Here is Clayton. Double team comes from the Flyers. Good ball movement here from Manchester. Bankovic's mid-range 2 is no good, but there's Jones on the offensive board. Jones up against Gray. Shot clock at 6 seconds, and Granic can't finish and ends up turning the ball over. It's going to be 1,000 to get us back underway.
Clayton got warned there for a flop, so referee's on that. He went to the floor with him and Edozie battling inside there, given a warning.
1,000 out wide to Thomas. Thomas all the way to the rim, gets fouled, and Fred Thomas quickly back to his feet. Chance to shoot 2 free throws. So quite 8 points so far, Fred Thomas tonight for the Flyers. Kind of slowly doing it under the radar. But he's certainly been a big pick-up for Coach K over the summer. He said he wanted to bring in more two-way players that can get it done on both ends of the court. And of course, Fred Thomas, who was previously a Defensive Player of the Year out in Norway last season, certainly brought that defensive intensity here to the Flyers this season.
Absolutely, and Gray as well, another really strong defensive player. We've seen so many times that huge block shot. We've seen that